Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Process Simplification. In this tutorial, I'll explain you how you can create a relationship between the different data sets and how you can import these files into the Excel. So here I'm going to explain about the Power Query, and it is very powerful tool. It will help you all for ATL and for the large data sets. Let's begin. Just open the new Excel file, and in that Excel file, what you are supposed to do, you have to move into the data tab. For instance, if you are having an old version, you can download the Power Query, add in, and you can install that. But in the latest or updated version, it is already built and available. Just click over the data and then import data sets from TXT or CSV. So right now I'm just using the CSV files. Now select these files one by one. First, I will load the sales data. So I have loaded here, and then I'm just moving to the query editor, and then I'll try to import other data sets as well. So I've taken the inventory, then next the product details, and then the last one, that is about stores detail. So in my sales data, all these informations were encoded through the key store ID, product ID. So the details of the product, the details of the store were missing here, and it was referenced by the key. So that's why we have taken these four data sets into the query editor. And now we will do what? We will just merge these data sets. Simply, if you are just doing this activity in Excel using a function, then you normally use VLOOKUP. But here you are not supposed to use any function here. Here you are having built-in tools. So built-in utility, you can use that, and you can make your working fast. So this data set is about the sales data, and it is having the store ID, and it is having the 2 years data. But I don't know what stores actually the name of that store and what actually the location of that store. So that is missing, and that is encoded through the reference ID. So similarly, the product details as well. Now just click over the merge and select the sales table first, then click on the merge in the home tab, and then you can check there is a sales table that is already populated. Now we are going to select the another table which we want to create a relationship. So at this moment we have around four tables here, but first I'll prefer to take the inventory details. That inventory details, basically inventory table is having the detail regarding that how many quantity of a particular product at a particular store is available. So these data would be joined on the basis of store ID and product ID. So I'll select the store ID first in sales table, and then product ID in the sales table. Then I'll do the same selection in the inventory in order to create a relationship between these two tables. And then I'll extract the information of the available quantity. Okay, after doing this, you will get this icon and this option. In this option, what you are supposed to just click over it and remove the uncheck the store ID. So there are the two options that you can see. It is about expand and aggregate. In the expand, basically you can take the same value or exact value as available in the column. Or in the aggregate function, it means that you can use the sum, count, average, min, max of a particular column. But in my case, I'm just using the exact value, and I'm just trying to put it against each product and each store ID, that how many quantity available. Basically it's up to you It depends on the situation, that if you are having a data sets and where the situation is changed, so you can make a selection according to your requirement here. Let's do the same thing with other tables. Now I will do the connection or create a relationship with all the tables. Yes. Okay. After creating the connections or creating building the relationship with all the tables, then what you are supposed to do here, you can remove the store id and product id, which is not necessarily required the data. But if you want to, if you wish to keep that, so you can keep that columns. Otherwise you can remove it. How you can remove? Simply just go to the remove columns and select the options remove column, and then these two columns will be selected, and then close this query editor and keep. So when you press the key button, then all the data sets that you have imported into the Power Query editor, so it will be uploaded automatically into the Excel sheets. But here I have already done that, so that's why it was not showing here. So there are the few options you are having, like you want to create a connection only, or you want to import, or whatever the clean data that you have created over there. Do you want to place that data in a pivot chart, pivot table, or in a table? So here I've selected only create a connection, but what I'll do, I'll just take a move into the table, so you can easily review that what actually I'm doing. Here is one more option, that is about the add this to data model. So there are the benefits to do this action. If you add this to data model, so it will be available into the memory, and you can easily take it into the pivot tables and other references. So after doing this, it is just iterating the data and refreshing it again, and whatever the data that we have cleaned over there, we have generated or we have added all the columns, so the final data will be appeared within few seconds here. Just keep waiting. Okay, now you can check it out here, that the table of the sales, or no, the data that we have created there, so it has been populated in the sheet 1. But in case if you are having a large data sets, or where you know there is an actual limit, you cannot take the data of more than 1 million rows. So in that case, what you can do, you can just import that data set into the Power Query editor, and then you can transform it, and you can create a summary over there through the ETL process that we have done recently. Then we can export that data, and we can share that report to the different stakeholders or the relevant persons. Now it's time to check that all the columns that we have added into the sales table. So we have got all the columns here, the sales table. So by using this, we didn't use any VLOOKUP function or any other function here. Now this is the time to check the data model that we have already done. So we'll make a pivot table, and we'll check it out, that where actually the data model exists and what are the benefits of that. So whenever we make data model, so it means that the data will be stored into the memory rather than over the sheets, and it can be easily fetched out through the pivot tables. Apart from this, there are the lots of the other benefits as well. Even you can apply the measures in in future. I'll make a video on measures as well. So I'm just making a pivot table here, and I'm just selecting the value here. You can check that in the pivot table fields, there are the fields of the data model of that data which we marked as a data model, and that was a sales table. So let's drag the values here in order to check out. When I just extracted here the date, so date automatically converted into the hierarchy, year, month, day, and quarter. So I can drag different fields. Even I just took here the quantity sold in 2 years or with respect to the month. So in every month of 2017 and 2018, so what was the quantity that were sold? Okay, so there is, you can edit this at any stage. So this time you can change the connection type, and you can create only creation and only connection, and you can mark this at this to data model. So when we do this, so it will automatically, the table that is showing over the sheet, it will be removed from here, and it will be stored into the memory, and it will be loaded into the data model automatically rather than populating through the sheet. So just click OK. Okay, the when I click OK, so it is asking about that table that you have fetched over the sheet. It will be removed. So okay, no issue, because we have already marked this into the data model, and this data will be appeared into the data model. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.